Histograms and frequency tables. Tim Wakefield has pitched for the Boston Red Sox since 1995. The 2009 season will be his 15th year as a Red Sox pitcher and 17th year overall. The following is the number of wins he has earned during each year of his career. Notice in his first year he had 8 wins, and in 2008 he had 10 wins. So what exactly is a frequency table and a histogram? A frequency table is a table used to group data values into intervals. A histogram is a graph that displays data from a frequency table. So again, a histogram displays data from a frequency table. A histogram has one bar for each interval of the table that contains data values. The length of the bar indicates the frequency of the interval. Here's an example of a histogram. This data shows how often students scored in a certain range on an exam. Notice how the X value shows between 0 and 20 points, between 20 and 40 points, between 40 and 60 points, between 60 and 80 points, and between 80 and 100 points. So according to this graph, it looks like about 5 students scored between 0 and 20 on the test. Not so good. 10 students scored between 20 and 40 points on the test. 20 students scored between 40 and 60 points on the test. 40 students scored between 60 and 80 points on the test. And maybe about 25 or so students scored between 80 and 100 points on the test. So how do you make a frequency table? Let's actually make one according to the number of wins Tim Wakefield has had during his career. The first step is you have to choose an interval level of equal size that covers all the data values. Notice how each interval covers 4 wins. So this is what I did. Alright, the first interval is between 6 and 9 wins. The second interval is between 10 and 13 wins. And the last interval is between 14 and 17 wins. Notice how they each had the same amount of wins. 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 4 wins. 10, 11, 12, 13, again 4 wins. And 14, 15, 16, and 17, again 4 wins. Each interval is the same size. Step 2 involves determining how many wins are in each interval. Notice how I've color coordinated the number of wins during Wakefield's career. The yellow numbers are between 6 to 9 wins, the red numbers are between 10 to 13 wins, and the green numbers are between 14 to 17 wins. Each tally mark represents one of those numbers. The final step is to record how many tallies you have that are in each interval. Notice how each interval occurs 5 times. Now that we've created a frequency table, we can make a histogram. A histogram has one bar for each interval. The length of the bar represents the frequency for the interval. So take a look at the graph here. The x-axis shows the number of wins per year. Notice how we have again between 6 to 9 wins, 10 to 13 wins, and 14 to 17 wins. The label of the y-axis is frequency. So according to our frequency table, each interval occurred 5 times. So the height of each bar will be 5.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take ya. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? Jamaica, off the Florida Keys. There's a place called Kokomo. That's where you wanna go to get away from it all.